Trump was right since day one. Obama caught red-handed by Al Weisman for FreedomDaily.com. It's finally happening, folks. The crooks of the dark Obama era and Barack Hussein Obama himself are finally about to get theirs, proving President Trump correct once again. Multiple Republican representatives are now confirming that the intelligence memo, which was declassified by the president on Friday, shows clear and convincing evidence of treason by law enforcement officials during the lawless Obama years, and it's not out of the question to expect charges of treason against corrupt Obama-era operatives and Obama himself. This was from March 4th, 2017. How long has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon/Watergate, bad or sick guy. Keep in mind that treason under the Constitution is punishable by death, although, as always, laws aren't applied equally to the elite as they are applied to normal folk. We can pretty much expect the heavy hitters to either get a slap on the wrist or a few months in prison at best, but even a slap on the wrist is better than nothing at all. As we can see how terrified they are after seeing how former FBI Director James Comey slammed the document in a tweet Friday. That's it. Top brass at FBI DOJ. Salacious and unverified words, not mine. Partisan funded dossier to get secret warrant from secret court to spy on private American or rival campaign doesn't bother you. Bothers me. And more importantly, it bothers the American people. That was by Jim Jordan. Al Weisman here. Hashtag Comey is butthurt about the fact that the American people know the truth now. Hashtag treason. FBI. Obamagate spying scandal. Comey collusion. Via Fox News, Trump is right. He and his campaign were victims of a political attack by the Justice Department and FBI. Trump says a lot of people should be ashamed over the memo. You think they are? No. The White House reacted strongly to the claims in the document, while the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee ripped the memo as blatant partisan politics. John Roberts reports for Special Report. Whatever the media and Democratic detractors say, the memo released by Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee Friday that revealed how the FBI and Justice Department abused their powers to spy on the Trump presidential campaign is breathtaking. This kind of thing should not happen in America. Average Americans have not heard the last of this. They are betrayed. They were, actually, yeah. In sum, President Trump was right. As he said in the tweet Saturday morning, this memo totally vindicates Trump in probe. But the Russian witch hunt goes on and on. That's what I've been saying. What's going on here? It turns out that much maligned chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Representative Devin Nunes, is one of the most darling whistleblowers in modern American history. Nunes was right to be distressed at what he discovered all Americans should be. Why Democrats on the Intelligence Committee did not share this distress is beyond understanding, except because of short-sighted maneuvering for political advantage. That's right, that's what's going on. The memo by Republicans on the committee summarizes raw intelligence confirming that formerly steady and professional staff of the Justice Department and FBI were motivated to act against candidate Trump by personal antipathy towards him, media-stoked fear of him, and perhaps personal loyalties to Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Perhaps? Why do they put that in? As a result, they traded their integrity for betrayal of democratic principles and our Constitution. Ironically, I have interacted with some of these professionals during the past 2 decades and never perceived them as political, but something overcame me, grabbed them, and turned them into something else during the 2016 election campaign. They devolved into political animals. That's to say the least, right? The 4-page memo confirms that the Justice Department and FBI leadership were directly and personally intertwined with a company hired by the Clinton presidential campaign and the DNC, and it's all Hillary Clinton, to conduct opposition research on Trump. The research produced a series of false allegations tying Trump and his campaign to Russia. The allegations were compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele and have collectively become known as the Steele dossier. Though unsubstantiated, Steele's allegations were hard to counter because it is always hard to prove a negative. Steele was clearly politically motivated, as the Republican memo released Friday states. Steele admitted to Associate Deputy Attorney General Bruce Ohr his feelings against then-candidate Trump when Steele said he was desperate that Donald Trump not get elected and was passionate about him not being president. So who was paying Steele for this passion? Do you see? Hillary Clinton was telling him, you're going to get X amount of money. You see? X amount of money if this guy, make sure this guy doesn't get in. And that's why Steele, what do you think? Steele cares who's in he was caring about the money he was making. Steele's false claims were attached to a sworn affidavit presented as fact to the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, which then authorized unprecedented electronic surveillance that is overt and invasive, open-ended spying on a private citizen, Carter Page, ostensibly due to his ties to the Trump campaign. The sweater was unraveled by that thread through one false assertion. Others could be made, and a narrative could be pushed to the media with vigor. An anti-Trump cabal grew within the Justice Department that was growing a long time ago. An FBI animated by the cry to save America from itself by preventing Donald Trump from being elected president. Perhaps the innumerable unmasking events tie also to this, you think? The power of the federal government is enormous, can smash a private citizen and could crush most political campaigns. Amazingly, Trump and the American preference for him survived. That is remarkable and sobering. Like the September 11, 2001 terrorist attack, and even more than the Watergate scandal, Friday's revelation should shake us. They change our assessment of the ostensibly non-political Justice Department and FBI, giving us pause. We are living in a time when senior Justice Department and FBI officials felt justified for political reasons to deceive the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court and all Americans. The court grants surveillance warrants under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, which authorizes surveillance of individuals believed to be agents of foreign powers. The House Intelligence Committee memo shows that federal officials appear to have violated the public trust in their oaths of office. That's the least. What do you think? Subverting laws for political outcomes. This should never happen. Yeah, okay. It shouldn't happen, but it's happening, and it's been happening. Years ago, I ran the State Department Bureau focused on public corruption, rule of law, and enforcement operations around the world. We had programs in 70 countries. Our chief objective was to teach struggling nations how to abide the rule of law and avoid public corruption. Yeah, well, they didn't heed their own advice. Yet here we are watching laws perverted for political ends in our own country, watching the heart of who we are shredded by people sworn to uphold our laws. Take away their salaries. What is all this investigation? Lock them up. That's what I say. They're still collecting salaries, walking free. Get them all, round them up. That's it. That's why it's going on. Clearly, Friday's revelations put into the shadow all other inquiries, disaffections, investigations, and issues of concern regarding the 2016 presidential election. They are a trumpet call for accountability at the Justice Department and FBI. Does this mean the Russian collusion investigation premised on this false narrative should swiftly end? Maybe. Certainly, the predicate for this entire investigation is now in question. They're not letting it go. The House Republican memo also places in doubt the legitimacy of some lines of questioning and the predicate facts that would have justified scope, warrant, and legal premise for the wide inquiry. It does change the calculus. In defense of special counsel Robert Mueller, he did not know his inquiry was launching from a foundation of sand. Sure he knew. Come on. Come on. He knew. He knew. You mean... Oh, I'm losing my mind. One imagines that if he had known then what he knows now, he might have taken a pass and suggested that creating a special counsel probe was unwarranted. Did he do that? No. So what are you kidding me? You mean to tell me Mueller couldn't find out? Or he didn't know? He's still persisting. He wants his money. In any event, we have not heard the last of this stunning abuse of power by Justice Department and FBI, nor should we. President Trump was right. He and his campaign are the victims of an unwarranted, politically motivated, breathtaking, behind-the-scenes drama and a profound violation of public trust. It should not have happened in America. Representative Nunes should be congratulated, not vilified. Yeah, well, that's not the Democrats. Come hell or high water, they wanted Hillary. Never should an organization which is supposed to serve we the people spy on a presidential candidate only because they prefer the other person running. Because she's deep state. That's why. It's understandable that these hacks would want crooked Hillary Clinton to win the election because it would have kept their hidden their lawlessness and acts of treason against the American people, the very people who fund this organization. Yeah, they're robbing from the people. And with Mueller's investigation, they're still robbing people. And with the Mueller investigation, not only money, they're robbing people of their peace. That's what they're doing. Pretty much doubt the FBI will ever recover, you think, from this corruption. The best course of action might very well be, after people are tried and sent to jail, to just disband the whole corrupt organization to the core and start anew. President Trump and Congress can start a law enforcement organization which would have to go through citizen oversight, an oversight which would prevent something like this from ever happening again. That's going to be tough. Please share in hopes people go to jail over this corruption in the FBI. See, now we're still hoping that they go to jail? We're still hoping after all of this. You see what I'm saying? We're hoping. I mean, everything that it was proven that this is taking place. Why wasn't somebody arrested for something? You see what I'm saying? It's not, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. You know, we're still investigate what? We know the story. Even the dossier that came out. That's why they're laughing. That's why the left is laughing. They're saying that they're scared. Yeah, to some degree, but really, they have so many deep state operatives. They're willing to go to any lengths to keep their power. And it's very difficult because the Republicans are going by the book, because God forbid if the Republicans don't go by the book. Nobody raises hell when the Democrats do all of this. That's why. Either arrests have to be made, because usually the people on the right, they're more civilized. They have jobs. And we're the people that are funding them to take us down, to take America down from the America that we know and love. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad. It's really sad. Either arrests have to be made, or I don't know what to say about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.